Hey everyone, we're TowawayCouple. I'm Tom the driver.
And I'm Bunny. I'm certifiable.
She is certifiable.
And what? Maybe she's crazy.
The bee is crazy. Bunny, not what you're thinking. So anyway, we want to just pop on here. This is a random rambling. And we had just recently dropped off a trailer in California.
We made it all the way there.
Made it all the way. Thank God we made it all the way there. But we made it all the way there. We were excited. I was dropping in Moreno Valley. Bunny was dropping in San Diego. So we stayed in a hotel. Bunny headed off early in the morning to go to San Diego because it takes longer to check in the motorhomes than the trailers.
Right, and where I was going, they said there is no room to turn a trailer around in there, and boy, they were not kidding.
So I went over to, we were only 3 minutes from my drop, so I went over to my drop, and they inspected the trailer and everything, and he comes up and he said there's some stuff inside, and I said, well, we're not allowed to go inside the trailer, so I can't. I'm really not responsible for that. And he goes, well, I just want to let you know. And I'm like, well, that's fine. And then he goes, but I do have to get you on the rock ding on the front. I'm like, rock ding? I didn't even see a rock ding. Yeah, right there on the rock guard. I hate the metal rock guards. Why can't they put plastic fake diamond plate rock guards? They gotta put metal black rock guards that are diamond plate.
So and the minute you get a rock ding, it flakes it and it shows it's silver.
And it's not just that. It's just, I didn't see it when I was taking my pictures, but you could at the right angle. And it was clear as a bell. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And I'm like, how much is that going to cost me? Because I know it's not going to be $1,500.
No.
And he goes, I don't know, and I hate that answer. I mean, they do this for a living. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And I took a bunch of pictures of it. I go in my truck with the dealer acceptance form, and they had the couple things they noticed inside, and as well as the rock ding on the rock guard. What good is a rock guard if you're going to get dinged for a rock ding?
Well, if it's your own property, it's good. But when you're delivering it, yeah.
So I'm in there. I'm just totally, my stomach's in knots. You know, we just drove 2,200 and some miles. I was feeling good until that moment. And the epiphany hit. I work for a different company now.
Yeah.
I have certified mud flaps. They say they'll never charge for a rock ding if you have these certified mud flaps. So I email our claims department and I took pictures, sent them pictures, and I said, hey, I know I'm not responsible for this because I have the certified mud flaps, but I want to let you know this is what they wrote on the dealer acceptance form so you could be prepared for any future claims coming in. So that way they can at least have a heads up.
Right.
And I sent over the three things they said, and I'll tell you what, it felt really, really, really good because had I been driving for the previous company that I de-leased from, and there's a video of why I left the other company. Had nothing to do with the company itself, but their policies would have put me responsible for that rock ding.
But now with who we're with, we have had those mud flaps installed and certified, and we are covered.
We are covered. And you know what? I left the other company because of the stress of exactly that. A rock ding. Every freeway in America, it seems to be under construction. You're going to get rock dings. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I've talked to people from the other company that we were leased with who have gotten nailed for rock dings.
Well, we were caravanning with one gentleman one day, and as soon
he got two rock dings.
He did, and he thought it went through, but yep, after further inspection later on, it came back on him.
Yep, so... yeah, it's very discerning, and you think, you know, how can you be responsible even doing 65 miles an hour with little pebbles, what are you going to avoid every pebble on the road?
Even
I
that,
really honestly think every company should have a forgivance on little rock things on the front of the trailer, because it's not like you went four-wheeling.
well, it's not even that. All of the yards have rocks in them.
Every yard has
rocks in them. So, I mean, you could get it from the start, just pulling it out of the yard.
Now, what me and Bunny would do when we worked for the other company, and we still try to do it if we're in a lot of rocks, we pull out on a flat, level concrete surface where there's no rocks, and then she takes a screwdriver, and I just roll forward, and she pulls all the rocks out of the treads, front and rear, just so it doesn't go from the front, kick up, hit the rear, and go into the trailer.
Because that additional 5 minutes of time could save you several $100s.
And even though we're not responsible for it today with the certified mud flaps, we still take due diligence, because we want to deliver an impeccable unit that's ready for somebody who may have already bought the unit to be able to come pick it up, instead of hearing, well, there's a ding in the front, we got to fix it, it's going to take 3 months. And that's typically what the repair time is.
Because how many times have we all delivered and they're like, oh my God, thank you, this one has already been sold.
Right.
This person's been calling me daily.
Right. So we got a new clock that tells us to shut the F up. And we're doing pretty good. It's still in the red.
We are. So definitely, even if your company says that they don't cover rock dings, do yourself a favor and make sure that your mud flaps and your rock guards are a little bit lower. A lot of people want to complain that they don't get as good a fuel mileage coming back, but you know what? It's just the little things that you can get dinged for that, like I said, will ruin your day.
Yeah, that $1,500 ding, that will ruin your month.
Yeah, right. Especially if you're doing a short trip.
Oh my God, we won't even go there. But yeah, no, we wanted to just say, hey, rock dings suck. It's not if you're gonna get it; it's when you're gonna get it. It's the old adage that when you ride a motorcycle, it's not if you're gonna go down; it's when you're gonna go down. You always have to be prepared for the fall. Well, you gotta be prepared for the rock dings.
Yeah.
Literally, if you're solo, it sucks, because I had Bunny. I just sit there an inch forward while she pulled all the rocks out. Do yourself a favor. Don't be so testosteroned out that you're just going to hook and book, because hey, you won't last very long in this industry if you keep getting damage claims against you.
Right. So take a little bit of time, inspect your units carefully, make sure you don't have any rocks.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of things that you can't help when you're on the road, but it's going to happen. But yeah, just do a little bit more due diligence. Like I said, invest in some good rock guards, some mud flaps.
Absolutely.
It killed us to have to go with longer mud flaps on our truck because
we have a badass truck.
And we didn't want. And how many times have we been driving behind
It makes me look 80 years old driving that thing.
But one thing is we get behind dualies, and yeah, they might have the big rock guard on the back, but on their mud flaps don't even cover all the tires, and you know that.
The outer tires are kicking up rocks,
yep.
And that's where they're getting their rock damage from.
And trust me, I know the rock damage is out there. I know what happens when you pull out of the yard, because driving a drive away, you might miss a rock, and all of a sudden you hear ding, 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 and it's just kicking them up out of the yard.
All right, so anyway, do your due diligence. Make sure your tires are rock free. And when you get to the drop-off, make sure you do an inspection. Hopefully you work for a company that doesn't charge you rock damage. And as long as you do everything you can to protect them.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so until next time.
We'll see you down the road.
We'll see you down the road.